back to another episode of the Mannschrecks. I'm JJ.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're here in the place where we go to get away from all the things that have a point, to take a break from the rest of life. And life has been crazy. Wanted to give a little apology, although I'm not super sorry. Basically just sorry that there was no episode last week. We agreed from the very beginning, if we were going to make this podcast, we were going to do it for fun. And we had some sickness in the house and then some travel, and it was just kind of crazy. And I was like, you know what? This week we just can't squeeze it in. And so we just didn't. So apologies to break the thing. I like to be able to be reliable, but at the same time, like, that's how we do. Like, we're just going to do this.
This is our life.
Yeah, and that's normal, right? So we took a break. There's no real reason other than just it didn't work out for us that week.
That was a real reason.
That's
our
a real
kids were
reason.
very sick, and we were recovering from very busy schedules.
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. And it was like, you know what? Like, we were like, we'll just do it. We'll just record a different day. And then the next day it was like, nah, we need this week off. So, but I'm excited. I've got a new game and I've got some new stories. So let's dive in. Are you ready to approach the news desk?
Sure.
What do you got?
So my first story is very strange. It
sounds promising.
It's so do you know the actress Goldie Hawn?
No. Is that wait. Why do I imagine like really big 80s hair? Is she?
She's blonde.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's an actress.
She's not one of the Golden Girls, is she?
No.
Oh, okay.
But there's an article, and it says Goldie Hawn says an ET touched her and it felt like a finger of God.
Yikes. What on earth? Wait, like recently or wait?
So
what
apparently,
is happening?
this is the story. So she says she had an extraterrestrial encounter.
Oh my gosh.
And but she said it wasn't scary or it wasn't worrisome.
Oh well, phew.
It was like being touched by a finger of God. So
And what is that like?
Here's the story. Apparently, this happened when she was around 20. So this lady's older.
Okay,
she's
so
in her like.
She's saying long ago this happened.
I want to say she's in her like 70s now.
Wow.
So she's an Oscar-winning actress. She says when she was around 20, she was, quote, somewhere in the California desert in a time when there had been a lot of UFO sightings.
Sure.
So code for I was doing drugs.
Yep.
It says she had been dancing outside when she decided to take a nap in a fellow dancer's car.
Uh-huh.
She didn't get much sleep, though, thanks to a high-pitched sound in her ear, she remembers. It was a high frequency, and I looked out the window, and I saw these 2 or 3 triangular-shaped heads.
Yikes. Pizza head aliens. I like
They
that.
were silver, had a slash for a mouth, and a tiny little nose, but no ears.
Was she watching The Twilight Zone? That was a show back then.
She says, she met an astrophysicist. She says years later she met an astrophysicist from the University of Champaign, Illinois, who studied alien encounters and triggered detailed memories for her about the experience. It was like regression therapy. I'm like almost in a trance, and then suddenly I remembered something. They had touched my face. It felt like a finger of God and was most benevolent, loving feeling. This was powerful. It was filled with light.
Someone needs to censor this 70-year-old woman's comments, because there's no way the internet's not going to take that and turn it into something dirty, right? Like, that just, did no one, like none of her grandkids or anybody said, Grandma, please, just, you can't phrase it like that and then tell that into a microphone for a reporter. I mean, come on.
It's just apparently the story that she told press. She says, I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. I didn't know if it was real or not. She says she's had many paranormal experiences. One time she had a dream in London of seeing 6 lights coming up on some mountain from across a valley. Uh-huh. She drove to a place that resembled the valley in her dream, where she ran into a mysterious heart-shaped crop circle.
Am I being mean? I feel like I'm being mean because it's just so ridiculous. What? Heart-shaped crop circles? Dreams? Like paranormal? I'm just... whew.
She says, we can't stop believing. There's a lot of things in the world we can't see, but we must always keep believing.
But why aliens? Why can't you have belief in like God or the divine or any of that kind of stuff? The real stuff. Oh.
It was an interview that she did with Apple Fitness.
What?
I know.
What
Who's asking for this?
Why would okay? I don't know who this is, Goldie Hawn, but I assume she's an actress, in the 70s, maybe. I mean, right? If she's in her 70s now, that's
80s, yeah.
okay,
but
80s. So she would have been like, 40, 50 years ago, 70s and 80s, which were not known as a time of sobriety and sanity. And then Apple Fitness was like, yeah, we need to interview the cutting edge of technology and fitness. What?
I read that story and I was like, wait, what?
That's just remarkable.
It's just, yeah, I felt
Goldie
bad
Hawn
for her.
got E.T. touched by the finger of God. That's such a weird phrase, you know?
I mean, what about that says I was sober? Like, I fell asleep in my friend's car and I woke up and saw triangular heads and then describes them clearly and then says, and they touched my face.
You remember have you seen the meme where it's like a lady with a walker and like a young person, and it's like, back in my day the internet had to dial up, and it's like, okay grandma, let's get you into your car, or let's get you back to your room. I feel like that's what this is.
It's just bizarre.
And I feel like a little bit it's embarrassing. It's like, where's her agent? Where's the filter that says, hey, maybe don't talk to reporters about that kind of stuff, right? Like, that's a little cuckoo, right? Yeah. I love the way you've said that. What about this says I'm sober?
I just can't.
Oh, man.
Moving on.
All right. Customer freed after being trapped overnight in a locked vault in Diamond District, New York City.
So what happened?
So this guy, my thought when I first read the headline, I was like, oh, he must be a thief, right? Not a thief, just a regular dude checking into his thing. So officials say the 23-year-old customer got stuck inside the building on Fifth Avenue in Midtown Manhattan around 8:45 p.m. and was finally freed around 6 a.m. the next day on Wednesday. This is at the end of October, so a couple weeks ago. It's believed that the customer was inside a DGA security vault to access his safety deposit box. So he's in there for like legit reasons when he gets trapped. Authorities say that employees inside the building closed the vault not knowing the customer was inside. However, there was so this is a quote. There was a customer inside the vault at the time that it closed. Once it is closed, it's on a timing mechanism. That vault does not reopen until a certain amount of time passes, FDNY official John Sirocco said.
Wow.
So they could they were just kind of like shrug about it. They're like, dude, there's nothing we can do. It physically will not open until the morning.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
23 years old. Never going to go to his bank vault again.
Basically, I don't know how many times I'm going in a bank vault ever, but the building has a number of jewelry businesses inside. Officials believe the secured room with the time block mechanism is one of the many safety precautions inside the building. Employees have no way to override the system. Here's what's crazy. Rescue crews spent more than 9 hours trying to breach 30 inches of concrete and metal plating. Authorities say they ultimately decided to stop that process for the safety of the customer inside the vault. So it's like they knew he was in there, like pretty quickly, but there's no way to get him out. So they spend 9 hours trying to get through 30 inches of concrete to get him out. And then eventually they were like, dude, it'll open tomorrow. There's nothing we can do. Because you get to a point where it's like the next step is like explosives or things that would maybe make you be, you know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
Officials say the man trapped inside the room was physically fine and there was no safety or oxygen concerns. That would be my number one thing.
Yeah, is how can you breathe in there?
Right?
Yeah.
Is there air in here? Rescuers were able to monitor his condition with video and also communicate using a phone system. So maybe there's a phone in the vaults or something. But they were able to see him.
So weird.
Firefighters ran a hose into the basement of the building to keep the dust down and cool the tools. Once he was freed, checked out by EMS and sent home.
And ate a gigantic breakfast.
Oh my God. I mean, 8:45 at night till 6 a.m. is not that crazy, right?
No.
That's an early night to bed if you know. Obviously he wasn't planning on that, but it's it's very uncomfortable, but for one night. But what an ordeal. Can you imagine? You're like, I just got to check my safety deposit box on a Monday night. I'll be fine, or Tuesday night or whatever. And then it's like, no, you're stuck in here for the whole
That's
night.
a story that he's going to be telling at holidays for the rest of his life.
Yes, that's his big anecdote.
Come on, grandkids. One time I got stuck in a bank vault. I didn't see aliens, but I got stuck in a bank vault for 9 hours.
It does make me laugh about, you know, like those the Ocean's movies or whatever, where they sneak in the vaults and whatever. And it's like, nah, that kind of stuff. Like, they lock it up and it stays locked up forever. And there's no way to override it. There's not like an emergency. If you flip this switch, then pop, everything
Emergency
comes open.
override.
It's like, no. The fire department couldn't even get in there with tools for 9 hours.
That's crazy.
That's what these vaults are actually like.
Don't go there.
Story. Or maybe do. Like, if you've got
apparently
valuables,
it's
stick
very
them in that
safe.
bank. That's a very safe bank vault. Like, I'm feeling very secure about that. That'd be bragging rights for that bank, you know?
Oof.
Yeah, we got a guy stuck in there. We take our security serious.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yes, it was.
All right. So speaking of getting stuck, there are some strange objects that get stuck in people's bodies, according to CDC data.
Oh, no.
Foreign objects lodged inside the human body can cause, quote, serious injury, a doctor warns. So, magnets, chargers, lollipops, and orange peels are some of the surprising objects that got stuck in people's bodies in 2021, according to reports from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission database.
I'm going to pretend all of these are things that people swallowed and not anything that came anywhere else.
We won't talk about that section. So it says, foreign objects lodged in people's bodies with the 9th leading cause of unintentional injuries leading to emergency room visits in 2021. According to the CDC, with nearly 278,000 U.S. adults seeking care.
Good adults, not kids. These are not the story of my toddler swallowed a magnet. These are grown adults.
There's a factor of people absentmindedly poking themselves with objects, especially in the nose, ears, and mouth. Serious injury can result. This doctor says one time he treated a 10-year-old patient who had a clogged nasal passage causing him pain. It took me a while to figure out he had shoved a battery up there. Luckily, it didn't leak, and we were able to get it out. 10-year-old. A 10-year-old. That's older than Liam.
Gosh. Wow.
It says, in December 2022, a blogger on Defector listed some of the specific foreign objects found in the CPSC database classified by Oriface. Some of the items lodged in people's ears included cufflinks, wet tissues, a plastic sword, an insect, a rock, lollipop, charger, a piece of ice cream cone, a push pin, ouch, a pencil eraser, and a battleship game piece.
But in their ear. Wow. Okay. So my brain only jumped to 2 of the orifices, the mouth and the butt. But I didn't even think about the ear or the nose. People were putting stuff in their ears.
It says liquid items placed in the ear included shoe glue, accidentally added instead of eardrops. Lighter fluid, candle wax, and hydrogen peroxide.
Why? What? Now, hydrogen peroxide, that might be someone...
I have used that before.
That's like someone trying to do something smart. But candle wax? What are you trying to do? Ugh.
Some of the foreign objects put into noses included gum wrappers, a used match, magnets, rice, candy hearts, yarn, jewels, gummy worms, orange peels, an LED light, flowers, cheese, popcorn kernels, and glue.
Do you remember...
Adults are doing this.
Yep. Do you remember the thing where it was like, if you stick your earbuds up your nose and open your mouth, the music will come out your mouth?
Never heard that
You
before.
never saw that? That was the thing for a while. Like, when we were teenagers, people would do that. They would like stick things up their nose and see how the sound would come out their mouth. And I could imagine people being like, well, if I put this light up my nose, will it come out my throat or something? But that is
These are people with no common sense whatsoever.
shocking, the amount of stuff up people's nose. What?
So the next orifice is the mouth.
There's a database where you can go look this stuff up.
Unintentional swallowing has resulted in many ER visits. Some of these ingested foreign items included, swallowing this, a steak knife, a small flashlight, a glue stick, pet toys,
Gross.
coins, office supplies, cigarettes, aluminum foil, hair clips, keys, and darts.
Now, okay, if it was like the Michael Scott key thing where he's like, I'm going to swallow the key and then puke it up and use it to get free of my cufflinks. Or, if you're trying to do the magician thing. Got no idea what the thought process is on cufflinks, though.
All right, we'll skip the one section. Some items that were placed in the butt, let's say, included spoons, magnets, bottles, crayons, wrenches, action figures.
Gross.
A vegetable peeler.
Oh, no.
Candles.
I'm still getting over the steak knife in the guy's throat.
A fishing pole.
Oh.
And an ice cream cone.
Wasn't there like an ice cream cone in the one guy's ear? I'm so baffled.
I don't even have questions because I don't want to know. Whew. It says in 2023, a study published in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine found that nearly 4,000 people are hospitalized each year due to having foreign objects stuck in their butts.
That is gross.
Orifices are not made for foreign object intrusion unless it's a doctor doing it for medical purposes, said this doctor.
Even then, it's like a big deal. They, like your body is like those holes are protected by earwax and nose hairs and all kinds of things that say get out.
That is a list of things that I never needed to know and
amazing. What
never asked.
Horrible article. That's
isn't that just weird?
It's really funny though.
But
people
gross.
are so weird. This stuff and I wonder what the ratio is of like accident to on purpose. Because the kid stuck the battery up there on purpose. But
it's not like the adult that was like, oh, I sat on my vegetable peeler.
No, don't believe you. I wonder so I'm thinking about the cufflinks, right? And cufflinks are tricky to apply, right? Like, because you kind of need a third hand to like pinch. So I'm wondering if it was like, oh, I'm going to put it in my mouth, and like use it and then like pop, oh, I swallowed my cufflink or something like that.
Yeah.
So I could like give some grace for some of these.
Some of them are accidental and some were just not using common sense.
What was the thing they put in the ear, like glue or
shoe
something?
Glue.
That
Accidentally.
It's bad, but it's an accident. Also, I was thinking about, have you seen those videos where they put like the glue or the it's like putty or something? They put it all around the ear and then they rip it off. It's like old guy
ear,
and get all the hair off. I wonder if it was like something like that. Like we'll put something in there and then we'll rip it out or something. And it's like, this is a terrible idea. But man, I cannot.
It just sounds like a bad idea all around. So
don't do that. Painful. Don't avoid all of the things that we just said.
Yes, please.
All right. A battle of wreaths erupts in the Arctic when the Russian envoy puts his garland over Norway's wreath.
What?
Okay, so it is. It's not anywhere near Christmas, but we have flipped the calendar past Halloween, and so Christmas stuff is beginning to start. And so this article, it touched like right on the edge of relevance, right? Like, cause we try pretty hard to like not touch on those serious stuff of the world, but, there is a battle of the wreaths going on. So there's an Arctic town of Kirkenes in Norway and in northern Norway, and a Russian diplomat put his garland, his like Christmas wreath thing, on top of Norway's garland on this monument for the 1944 liberation of the region by Soviet troops. Okay. So it's northern Norway, and they're celebrating getting rid of the Nazis, right? There's like a monument there, and one group puts their wreath on it, and another group comes in and puts their wreath on top of the other wreath. Magnus Malin, the municipality mayor, then angrily removed the Russian wreath, only to have a woman described by a Norwegian public broadcaster as being Russian put it back. So they're like fighting over this wreath. They like put the wreath on. He's like, no, you don't put your wreath on top of my wreath. And then this late Russian lady comes in and puts the wreath back. Okay. You don't behave like that, Malin told NRK. One should be able to lay flowers at a monument, but not over the municipality's official wreath. To me, this is like neighbors bickering over. This is like National Lampoon bickering over their neighbor's yard or whatever. Oh my goodness! Where are you gonna put that tree? Several local people in the border town, which is only 4 miles from the Russian border, had called on Russian officials to stay away from the ceremony. So there's just a lot of tension between Russia and Norway, probably because of some other major, things that are going on. And so they see it as official representatives of Russia should not hold any commemoration or appear at any memorials on Norwegian soil. It's an insult to Norway, to Ukraine, and to all the victims of war in all countries. And so they're just like, look, right now we're mad at you guys, so you don't get to decorate your Christmas stuff on our monuments.
Wow.
Whew,
that got intense real fast.
It's so interesting. It's like on the one, just the wreath part is just kind of funny to me, but then it's like, oh no, this is because of really, really serious stuff.
Yeah.
It's the largest town in the region. So Norway and Russia share a 124-mile border. So they kind of have to be nice, right? It's like they share this massive border, and apparently it's really common for Russians to go to visit this memorial. It's a big site. At that time, the liberation, they were all working together and whatnot. And so locals have already placed wreaths on the monument before the guy arrived. And so, they're just fighting over the wreaths in Norway.
Just seems a little petty at this point.
It does, and it made me chuckle because it was like... We're just like, there's some serious stuff going on, right? There's like wars and battles and all kinds of stuff. And in Norway, the way they express that is
don't put your wreath on top of mine.
Don't put your Christmas decorations on top of my Christmas decorations on this war memorial commemorating something where we were on the same team, right? Back in 1944.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
But bizarre.
Whew. Okay. Wow.
All right. Are you ready for Sponsor Your Life?
Yeah, I am.
As always, I do want to give a little reminder that our podcast is this teeny tiny thing because we just do it for funsies. So we don't have actual sponsors who pay us actual money. So what we do is we take a break in the middle of the podcast to pump up different products, services, things that we love, and we would advertise them for free. We get no money for this. We just like the things that we're talking about. So what do you got?
All right, so this past weekend, we went to Frankenmuth again. I think I did a little blurb about this last year because we did the same thing around this time last year. But
we kind of have some traditions.
Yeah.
I like the traditions we're creating.
We went to Frankenmuth with the kids. Thought it would be fun to just take the day and go out to Bronner's, look at the Christmas decorations, and then our kids had a surprisingly entertaining time just looking at ornaments.
Loved it.
We didn't even buy anything at Bronner's. We literally just went to Bronner's.
Yep.
And they had so much fun looking at ornaments. And the Christmas villages, they're very easily entertained.
It's because Papa loves his
That's
Christmas
true.
villages,
It's true. Papa
right?
loves his Christmas village, and they love watching Papa's Christmas village.
My dad has so many Christmas villages.
Oh, and the kids just love it. So going to Bronner's was like times 10. Like, oh, this is so cool.
On steroids.
But then we went downtown, bummed around a little bit, looked at some stuff. I got some Christmas shopping done, which was super cool. The boys had a good time, so it was a good little day all around.
It was a great day. It was so much fun and very chill. Like we didn't drop a ton of money or anything. We went and spent
bought
time
cheese,
and it was a nice day. It was like a cool but
in the 50s,
day.
but it wasn't super windy and bitter and chilly. Like it was
a light jacket's all you needed. It was great.
It was a good day. So.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to give a shout out to something more practical. So I have not used Alka-Seltzer in years, but the sickness hit and I was on my way to a conference and it was like, I need to be better now. And so I had some Alka-Seltzer and it's good stuff. And it just kind of took me back to like, it's a bummer if you need it, right? But when you need it, Alka-Seltzer does a good job of cleaning out your nose and just it knocks down the fever and it does whatever Alka-Seltzer does. But it was just...
I do not recommend Alka-Seltzer.
You don't like it.
No.
But it's really good stuff and it helped a lot and I appreciated it because it was a little quick 24-hour bug, but it hit all of us in a row. So it was like you had 24 hours, then I had 24 hours, then 3 of the boys had 24 hours all at the same time.
It was longer than 24 hours for our kids,
It was rough for them.
So.
But... Well, a lot of that's because they can't have anything, as far as medicine.
Well, and a fever, it'll burn it out of them. But yeah, they had it rough. So.
But I had it rough for just one day, and so big shout out to Alka-Seltzer and just healthy things, right? Tons of liquids and teas, and it was just, we made it through. It was no fun, but I am grateful for the medicines that.
Thankfully, it's over. So.
Done. Now we'll never get sick ever again. So that's good news.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for our game?
Sure.
All right, this is a brand new game that I completely made up because I thought it would be fun.
Okay.
This is called Retro Reviews.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I found a list of retro items from the 1990s. And
you say retro like it's like the 50s, but it's actually just a couple decades ago.
Is retro a word for the 50s? For me, retro is like 80s. I don't know why, but when I think the word retro, I think 80s.
think 50s.
You think 50s?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, anyways, I just wanted a word that means old stuff because we are going back in time to the 90s.
Let it be known that this, quote, old stuff is still younger than me.
Well, and it's important that it, like, because it's all coming back, right? The 90s, like the fashion, the trends, everything is super popular again. So these are things from the 90s. And then what I did is I found these products, which are often still for sale. And I'm going to read you some Amazon reviews, and you have to guess what the item is.
Okay.
All right. So I have a couple of them lined up, and then we can look up some more as we want to go. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. So some of the reviews give it away too easily, so I'm just going to kind of go around.
Okay.
With no water source other than your hose, it's impossible to... Oh, this is a 1-star review. Not what I expected. With no water source other than your hose, it's impossible to keep even half of it wet to enable it to slide. It's entirely too long and not worth the money.
Slip and slide.
Slip and slide. Classic.
Who's complaining about a slip and slide? My kids love the slip and
It's so
slide.
hard to keep wet. Of course you're supposed to use a hose. Would you think they were going to send you a water source? Come on, my man.
That's weird. That's weird.
So I'm just going to say blank instead of the product's name. 5 stars. Softer than the blank of my childhood, but they still smell the same. I was pleasantly surprised by how soft these were after enduring years of torn up feet at the hands of my pink blank as a kid. However, I can smell them from the other room. You might hate it, but it's very nostalgic and lovely to me. I got some black ruffly socks to pair with them, and I adore these. I couldn't believe how low the price was. I wish they would make them in the exact pink I had as a kid. That's the only thing I would change.
It's something you wear, but for some reason, all that came to mind was those strawberry shortcake dolls because those are scented.
No, the smell is not a good smell. It's just a distinct smell.
Jellies?
Yeah. Well done. The jelly sandals. Remember those?
Of course, I had several pair.
Still available on Amazon if you want. OM Guard jelly shoes for women. Size 8.
Wearing them with socks. Oh, Lord have mercy. You don't wear those things with socks. You just endure the blisters or don't wear them.
So this is 5 stars. A little more challenging to put on than I expected, but by that I mean it took me 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Baby girl's bike looks awesome with her new blank. 5 stars.
Those little streamers for the bike handles?
Nope.
It can't be training wheels.
Nope. 5 stars. Here's another review. They were a pain to snap on, but as an adult, having nostalgic click, click, click when riding my bike has me smiling. Maybe you never had these as a kid.
One of those little bike bells?
Nope. Click, click, click.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, here we go. 3 stars. Hard to attach. Very cute item. I gave it 3 stars because they're very hard to put on the spokes. Durable. For sure, but
those little beads that you attach to your
spoke beads.
I didn't have them on my bike, but I did know people that did.
I never had them, no, but I definitely. I think I knew people. I think their bikes like came with them.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I always assumed.
Yeah, spoke beads. Remember those? Oh man. It took me a second. I was like, I don't even know what this is. I'm looking at these reviews. 5 stars, a must for every kitchen. During a recent move, my original blank somehow disappeared in the packing, so I'm ordering these to replace them. They're so helpful to keep fingers from getting burned by the hot blank while helping to prevent the inevitable butterfingers.
The little corn cob?
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Well done. I didn't think that was enough to go on. But yeah, the corn cob.
I have those.
Remember those? Oh, they're great. They're the best.
Yeah.
I loved them.
I mean, I love corn on the cob.
Still do,
so.
yeah. They're super handy. This, 4 stars, sprays well with full range of motion. This blank works really well, spraying a long way, has a full 360-degree range. The only negative thing is that the head is plastic instead of metal, so I figure it won't last as long as the 50-year-old one that I'm replacing.
I would say silly string, but that doesn't make sense.
Oh, no. 50-year-old silly string.
Super soaker?
Nope. Ooh, super soakers, though. So good. Okay, here we go. 5 stars, solid build. It's solid and heavy, stays in place, very adjustable spray patterns. However, one adjustable spray pattern flap must be really tightened or it will move. Otherwise, it's a decent value.
Boy, I don't know. This is tricky.
All right, this one will probably help. 4 stars, good coverage with a couple minor drawbacks. The blank is of regular pulsating blank design with a deflecting flap to shorten the throw of the water, as well as adjusting screw to modify the water stream. The adjustable stops set the rotation boundaries so it can be difficult to adjust. The whole unit is light with no weights to stand on, but it does come with 2 wickets that can be used to stabilize the unit.
A sprinkler?
Yeah.
Nice.
Classic sprinkler. I had these when I was a kid in the 90s. 5-star, non-slip, easy to put on. My son always has to wear these blank whenever he goes to the pool or beach. After outgrowing many pairs, we purchased this one as the next pair. The size is true to size. The Velcro makes them very easy to slip on. The grip at the bottom is most important so he does not slip and slide when he moves around. He found them comfortable and wants to wear this pair to the pool every time.
Water shoes.
The water shoes. You remember water shoes?
I never ever owned water shoes. As much time as we went to the beaches. You don't wear water shoes
That's true.
at the beach.
You grew up. Yep.
So, yeah, not a lot of pools for us, but a lot of beach.
Yeah, see, and I grew up in pools, and some of those pools, like, I grew up with some pools that had, like, stucco on the bottom of the pools.
Yeah, that's, like, pretty common.
That hurts your feet. Like, they really tore up our feet.
I don't know. We always just sucked it up. We never wore things in pools.
The other was going to Lake Michigan and the Rocky Shores, right? And
yeah, we still just went barefoot.
Painful. Oh, it hurts. So we got ourselves some shoes. 5 stars, great party favors. I ordered these along with a ton of sorted stickers as fun party favors for my birthday guests. Everyone loved them and wore them all day. They especially enjoyed getting to decorate them. 10 out of 10 would buy again.
Decorate
I'll get you some more. 5 stars, poker party. Everybody loved these for our annual poker party. 4 stars, cute. Purchased these for a yacht party. They were cute. Nothing to brag about. I just purchased it for the look, but they were actually durable, which surprised me.
Like sunglasses?
Good guess, but nope. 5 stars, cute. Some did come a little bent, but that was fine. I ordered the pack with more because the review said that there were bent blanks as well. So I had enough for everyone. Cute and colorful. Great quality and a blast for our girls' outing.
I don't even know. Like.
All right, so we've got, yachts, poker. Here's one. Perfect for a bingo party.
Visors?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
The plastic visors.
Wow.
Remember those?
Yeah, unfortunately. I owned a couple of visors in the 90s.
I love it. Okay. I bought these for my granddaughters. 5 stars. Love these. Bought these for my granddaughters, and they love them. Bright, bold color that matches their bike and very shiny. I'm very pleased with this product.
Helmets?
Ooh, close. Good guess.
Elbow pads?
What?
Elbow pads?
Nope. Let's see, 4 stars, bang for your buck. Great product for its price. Came with 2 sets, which we didn't know until we received the package. Our daughter loves the color, although she picked them out, LOL. The strands do fall out at times, but for the price, we felt it was a great deal.
Are those the bike streamer
Yeah,
things?
the streamers that go in the bike handles.
Oh, boy. I never owned a bike that had streamers in the handles, but...
So classic. I love it.
It was a look.
Absolutely. 5 stars, delicious. I absolutely love these, and now that it's fall, they will not be coming back out till summer, so I had to buy more. They're 2 ounce a piece. Well, that doesn't really tell you much.
Yeah, not much at all.
Okay. 5 stars. I'm addicted to these. Best brand, hand down. I love all the flavors except the yellow ones. Honestly, can't wait for the weather to break since they are seasonal. I'm trying to cut out the words. They're usually sold cheaper at Walmart.
Laffy Taffies?
Nope. It's a cool thing that you eat on a summer day. Most of these are 90s summer things.
Like
right?
Freezer Pops?
Yeah, Freezer Pops. Classic.
Yellow ones? Who's...
There's some that come in the yellow flavor for sure.
Okay, the only brand we ever bought was the Flavor Ice brand.
Yes.
And everybody knew that the blue ones were the best.
Oh, no, the red ones are the best.
You are a monster who likes cherry.
I like the red ones. They're super yummy.
Gross.
All right. So now I'm going to read these descriptions instead because that was all the ones I had prepped. Try as you did, you never quite figured out how to quench your thirst with the fan on, although this device made an awesome facial mister, so as long as you didn't catch your hair in the spinning part.
One of those, like, water-powered misting fans?
Yeah, like the squirt guns with the fans.
Yeah, those things could... I never really understood the point of them, though, because we had one once, and it always got clogged.
Oh, yeah. Were they bad? We never had them. We just never had
one.
them.
We got one time. I think it was when we went to like Disney or something. It was super hot. And so we bought one and we were sharing it. But ours, like the little nozzle kept getting clogged. So it was just a fan with like foam blades. And I remember getting annoyed. Like, this is not effective.
Everyone is so good at this game until the ball stops sticking. Am I right? Go long.
Oh, little Velcro ball.
The Velcro paddle.
We have that. Kids love that game.
It is so perfect.
We paid like $4 or $3 for it at Target.
This one's just kind of classic. It was all fun and games trying to straddle as many of these as you could in the pool until one slips out and bops someone on the head. Whoops.
Pool noodle.
Pool noodle. Ooh, this is one of my favorite things from the 90s. At your peak, you could scoop up all 4 of these babies out the bottom in one dive, as long as your goggles didn't fog up.
Those coins that you threw
The
in
dive rings.
Oh,
right?
the dive rings, yeah. We used to dive for like the little coins that you'd throw in the bottom of the pool.
Yes. Nice. Some of these are just, oh, here we go. Yeah, I think you actually mentioned this one. Honestly, no idea why we all woke up one day and decided to be obsessed with these. But to quote the great Pringles, once you pop, you just can't stop. And it's very sticky on your thumb.
A ring pop? No.
It's similar. I think probably the same
Push
company.
pop?
Yeah, I remember those. Remember push pops? You get your thumb all the way in there and it would just like start to slobber.
I never ever liked them because it's just hard candy, which doesn't appeal. But
you know what I never understood was these. Sure, buying your kids shoes that are miniature trampoline and encouraging them to bounce around all day seems like a great idea. The 90s were totally safe.
those jumperoo things.
Moon shoes.
Yeah, the moon shoes. Yeah.
I never liked them. I think it was my cousin had them or something. I used them.
I never ever really wanted them. I just wanted a pogo stick or one of those little, what do they call it? What were they called? The little skip counter thing that what was it called?
Oh, I know totally what you're talking about. You go on the ankle.
It had like
and
an
it had
ankle.
a
Yeah,
ball.
what were those called?
Was it just called
Skip It?
Skip It or Skip Bow or something?
No, Skip Bow was a card game.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And it's not Bop It, 'cause that's the little...
Shoot,
Pass
what was
it.
that called? Those things were fun.
I think it was a
really
Skip
liked
It.
those.
I don't know. We didn't have the official one that would keep track. Like it was a counter. We just had like a little.
No, you said it.
Like we actually made one. I remember we made them in
What?
When I was a kid in not Sunday school, but in it wasn't called Gems back then. It was called Calvinettes in my little CRC Girl Scouts group.
Beautiful.
We took an old pair of pantyhose and we knotted the top.
Oh.
And so we put a tennis ball in there.
So you
and,
like made a version and like your little Girl Scouts.
Like loop it around and then I can't remember how we looped it, but then
Like attach it to the ankle.
To attach it to the ankle and then you just slip it on your ankle and then you could do it like that. So we made those.
Cute.
And it was actually pretty durable. It lasted a long time. But then we also had like a dollar store version where it was just like a little plastic thing you slid over your ankle and then like a plastic string with like a ball at the end that was weighted. And we used to love doing that. We would just do that for hours.
Yep. We used to get like scratches on our ankles, so we'd have to wear long socks when we played with that thing. All right. There's so many more of these, but I'm going to call it on this one. Nothing says I survived summer of 1995 like a pile of discarded blank that are still collecting dust in the garage. Extra points if they featured a peace sign. Be sure to slap them.
Pogs?
Oh, no, but Pogs are awesome. I was so into Pogs. It's a item of jewelry.
Oh, those snap bracelets.
Slap bracelets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love those as a kid.
I
still, if I see one, I have to slap it.
Like, I don't know if you ever had this where like you'd go to like, there would be like at school, like a family fun night or like a family carnival night or something. Like every school did this. But I remember like you do the games and you win prizes. And I would always choose those, like the prismatic looking ones where they were like all flashy. And I'd be like, I want a snap bracelet. I had so many of those things.
Oh my gosh. I did find Skip It. It's in this list.
Is it?
Yep, totally. It's called Skip It. $28 on Amazon.
Dang, man.
Yeah, 28 pounds. Sorry, so that's like $50.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
This is just fun for me to go back through the list of ridiculous, like this sand art.
Oh, I had so many sand art kits.
Right?
I was big into
Color
sand
block
art.
sunscreen. The sand sunscreen that came in different colors. That was very popular. Candy necklaces. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Andy, that has a rope in it.
Is there anything about Lick-O-Made? That stupid sugar dip that you'd have your white stick that was made of candy where you lick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lick-O-Made, and you dip it in the color, and then there was color-changing Lick-O-Made. It was just awesome. Sugar powder.
Yeah.
Like...
Do you remember the...
and the stick tasted terrible.
The juice barrels, the plastic juice, like fruit juice in a barrel. It was like a little plastic barrel with the metal that you had to peel off the top.
Wasn't that stuff just called bug juice?
Yes, that was one of the brands or something. I remember that. L'Oreal Kids Shampoo.
Oh my gosh.
The little fish bottles.
The tear free. We're tear free.
Polaroid iZone. The little,
oh my gosh, yeah.
snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fruit roll-ups with the tongue tattoos.
Oh, we used to love those.
Good old Sunny D way back.
Sunny
anyways.
D's not orange juice.
No, these
It
are not
literally
healthy
does
things.
not contain any fruit juice.
No, that's why they sent it up into space, man. All right, that was fun. Retro reviews. I might find some more categories. That was the 90s category.
I like that.
You just like find goofy reviews of stuff and see if the person can guess. Maybe I'll give you the category and we'll both look up some reviews. That could be fun for next time.
Sure.
All right, well, hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to whoever makes our theme song. We're very grateful. For everybody listening, I did mention a couple weeks ago that the counter had been ticking up, so we have some new fresh listeners, and so hi everybody, welcome. This is what it is. And we love doing what we do, so we hope you enjoy it too. If you'd like to help us out, go over to Spotify, hit 5 stars, leave us a review on Apple Reviews. I think we still have the GoFundMe that's active. We could purchase like nicer microphones and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, you ready to send us out with the mom joke of the week?
I am. So I'm kind of moving. I was trending toward Halloween themed jokes when it was in October. Now that we're in November, I'm going to trend towards some other holiday jokes, maybe Thanksgiving and Christmas. But this one I'll share today. What's the difference between a turkey and a chicken?
Which end of the table they're on? No, I don't know.
Chickens celebrate Thanksgiving.
It's
so dumb.
What?
It's so bad, but worthy of a groan at least.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.